we are just going to discuss something about how to frame questions in English. So okay. So before getting into the topic, why do we frame question? Some people they used to frame question to enrich their knowledge. And some people to develop their reasoning power they used to raise question. And some people to get out of some confusion, to come out of some confusion they used to frame question. And even some people they question to develop their communication skill. So different people have different reason in framing question. And in today's topic, we are just going to discuss how to frame subject question and object question in English. Okay. So before getting into this topic, why do we frame subject question? That is to gather some information about the subject, we used to frame subject question. And why do we frame object question? That is to gather some information about the object. We used to frame object question. For example, you just look into this particular sentence. Parinandan was the bike. This is a sentence. So in this, Parinandan is the subject, was it's a verb, the bike it's an object. So if you want to gather some information about Parinandan, the question should be a subject question because Parinandan is a subject now. So likewise, if you want to get information about this bike, the question should be framed like subject-object question. So here it's a bike is an object, so we have to frame object question. So now I'll just tell you how to frame this subject question and object question. So at first you have to follow this particular formula. That is while framing subject question, we have to use these question words. That is who or what or which plus verb plus object. Likewise, while framing object question, we have to use this particular formula. That is question word plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb. So by using this formula only, we are just going to frame subject question and object question in English. Also, another thing I just want to tell you is, so while framing subject question, we should not use this auxiliary verbs. That is like do, does, did. What some people they used to do is, for example, you just take this particular sentence, Parinandan was the bike. What some people they used to do is, the answer should be Parinandan. So what some people they used to do is, who did was the bike? Who did was the bike? Some people they used to frame question like this. But we should not use this do verb while framing that is a subject question. It should be like who was in the bike? Who was in the bike? That is the right format to frame subject question for this particular part of the sentence. And this one is wrong. Okay. So same thing. That is while framing object question for this particular sentence, how it should be framed? What is the object in the sentence? The bike. The bike it's a thing. So how it should be framed? By using this formula, we are just going to frame object question for this particular sentence. How it should be framed? See, Parinandan was the bike. Then what did Parinandan was. So just look into this particular formula. There is a question word over here. There is an auxiliary verb. There is a subject, and also there is a main verb. So by using this formula, we have to frame question for object question like this. And by using this subject question formula, we have to frame question like this. That is for this particular sentence. Likewise, if you just take this particular sentence, there is we just take this sentence. Nakul is buying some bread. So what is the subject over here? Nakul is the subject. Is buying is the verb. Some bread it's an object. Now by applying this rules, that is subject and object question rules, we are just going to frame there is object question and subject question for this particular sentence. So Nakul is the subject over here. So Nakul is a person. So we have to use the question word who. So who is buying some bread? So this one is subject question, and for object question, so some bread is the object, it's a thing. So once again we are just going to use, that is what will be the question word for object, that is some bread. So according to this formula, that is what, auxiliary verb is what does, and then subject Nakul buying. So this is the right format to frame question, that is to frame object question in English. Likewise, if you just check out with this particular sentence, that is the manager was talking about the problem. The manager was talking about the problem. So here the subject is the manager and the verb is the was talking. So object is about the problem. So we are now, by applying this formula and also by applying this formula, we are just going to frame subject and object question for this particular sentence. So the manager was talking about the problem. So the manager is the person. So for person we will be using who. So for subject question, who was talking about the problem? Who was talking about the problem? What the answer will be like this: the manager was talking about the problem. Likewise, for this sentence, we are just going to frame question, that is object question, by using this particular formula. So for object question, how will we frame object question for this particular sentence? That should be a question word plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb. So what was the object over here? About the problem. So about the problem, so we have to use what? So what, that's the auxiliary verb. What was the auxiliary verb over here? What was, that should be a subject. What was the manager talking about? So this is the format for framing subject and object question in English. So likewise, you can just try out with some other sentences by using this formula to frame questions in English. So I hope so. I made you more clear with this. I make you more clear with this subject framing subject and object question in English. So you also just try it in your home. Thank you.